Okay, before I start talking. Okay, I'm going to show you today how to do the spiral slide. First thing you want to do is you want to go to New. Make sure that in here that you're under Playground. So you want to go to Projects, and you want to double click on Projects, and you want to make sure that you are in the right folder. And in this folder should be where it says Playground and whatever period you're in. So I'm going to double click on Playground, and there'll be a check mark. Once I have that check mark under the right folder, I'm going to hit Done, and then I'm going to create Playground. So this is standard IPT. You go to Create. Okay, so we have this screen right here. I go to Create 2D Sketch, and then Create 2D Sketch again. You have three different types of planes that you can choose from. So I click on this one. Now how do you know that one's the right plane? If you go over here to the View cube, it will say Front View. So that's the one that I want. And I'm going to draw two lines. The first line I'm going to draw right here. You're going to make sure it says 90 degrees, and you're going to make this line 24 inches. I type in 24 inches and I hit Enter. Okay, and then I'm going to go to Front View. Now notice how I still have the line tool. I don't really want that because it's kind of confusing, so I'm going to hit Escape on my keyboard a couple times, and then I'm going to draw another line. And this line that I draw is going to be perpendicular to the line I just drew. So see how I have the dotted line? Draw it straight over. Make sure it is 0 degrees. I'm going to make this line 50 inches. Okay, now see how I'm attached to this line right here? I'm going to hit Escape a couple times and get rid of that. I can't really see that line, those two lines too well, so I'm going to hit Front View and it's going to center that onto the page. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 50 inches and I'm going to drag it down. And I can do that because I hit Escape and I'm not in any of the specific tools that are up here. So I'm going to go and make a point somewhere on this horizontal line. And from that point, I'm going to draw two circles. I'm going to use the circle tool. Go right on the point that I just made, and I'm going to make it 24 inches. Type in 24 and hit Enter. I'm going to do another point, or another circle actually, 22 inches. Okay, got two circles. I have the dimensions of 50, 22, and 24. I want to remove those dimensions. Now in order to remove it, I hit Escape a couple times. Then I'm going to right click on those dimensions and hit Delete. The only way I can do that is if I hit Escape a couple times. Now I have those two circles and I have the line drawn all the way through it. Now I want to go up to the ribbon tab and hit Trim. And I'm going to click on the circle right here. See how that disappears? Click on this one. Click on this line in the middle. Click on this outside line. Click on this outside line. Now notice how I'm going to hit Escape. I don't need to, I can get rid of this point. It doesn't matter if I leave the point. I'm going to hit Escape a couple times. What I want to show you is that these two circles are semicircles now, and they're closed by that line. So with this, I want to center this the way I want. This first line that we drew, I want to go and click on this line and see how it turns. Well, I'm not sure if that. I'm going to move that dimension over and click on just the line. See how it turns blue. Now I'm going to change that line to a center line. See how the line changed from a solid line to a dashed line. I'm going to go to the Dimension tool. I'm going to click on that line. And I'm going to click on the point that I made and drag it up. I'm going to change that from 31.5 to 36. And then hit Enter. Okay? So now that line is centered 36 inches. I'm going to go to Finish Sketch. Now see how I can't see it that I just made? I go over to the View cube and hit Home. And from there I can see my whole shape. I want to go to what's the function called Coil. And notice how it all fills up in blue. That's what I want. If you did it correctly, it'll all fill up. Then over here it says Axis. See how it's highlighted blue? I click on that dash center line. And notice how it makes a ring around not ring around the rosy, but ring around my shape. Okay? So then I want to go to coil size. So that coil size, it says pitch and revolution. I want to change that to revolution and height. I want to change the revolutions to 3. I want to change the height to 132. Okay, now before I hit OK, I want to go to the view cube again and hit on the home button. And notice how I have 3 revolutions, and this distance right here is 132 inches. Okay? When I hit OK, you'll see what we just made. And there's a spiral slide. But you're not done yet. What you need to do is you need to go and over on the browser bar right here, it says part 7. Yours might say part 1. And click on that and notice how the whole slide turns like a blue around it on the edges. Go to the Tools tab, go to Appearance, and we want to make this slide yellow. So we're going to type in yellow right up on top. Okay? Now any of these yellows that you want to use, you can use. I'm going to use this canary yellow, and notice how I'm going to click on this arrow right here. Now once I click on that, I'm going to go and exit out of this. But what might happen is it might not respond right away. So you have to wait like 30 seconds to a minute for it to respond. But once that thing clears the screen, then your shape will be done. And then once it works, I'm going to show you how to save it. So just gotta keep on waiting, keep on waiting. Keep on waiting, keep on waiting. As long as 30 seconds of all time. Sometimes it takes longer than that. There it goes. Now we have the yellow spiral slide, but we need to save that. So we go up here to iPro New, or rather New, we're going to go Save As. Now if we did this correct, notice how it went into the Playground folder. And that's what we did when we set it to the Projects folder. We set it on Playground. So all we have to type in is yellow spiral, oh, I spelled it wrong. Yep, I did. Spiral slide. Okay? Hit save. It automatically saves into your S drive, into the Playground parts. That's where you want it. I hope you enjoyed this video on the spiral slide.